257, 225. Steve Fehr, his worthy adversary, is the king, young Jim Massie, 18 years of age, against an old man of 26 out there right now. And here we go. That's where we left off, Dave.
You want to see a power shot again, Jack. There it was. The bottom of the 6-pin took out the 10. Incredible.
Here's a young man last week, Dave, made his first appearance ever on television. Said he was nervous, but he acted like a pro out there. He said all the while he was bowling, I said, well, you didn't look like you were nervous. He said, oh, my knees were shaking. He said, good thing. He said, I had long pants on.
Jim's a fine young man.
Isn't he, though?
I really enjoy his company, and he's got a lot of potential, and we'll be seeing him around for quite a few years.
The 2-4-5, and oh. You don't want to do that to Steve Fehr.
No, sir, you don't.
Can't leave the gate open. He'll take advantage of it, I'll tell you.
We said it last week at Western Bowl. We had him standing well against the wall. And here, look at this house again today here at Princeton. This is what we want to see, you folks out there in television land. Remember the old cliche in television land? When we come to your establishment, like next week, and we'll be at Kingpin, come on out and watch us. Get in here on the fun.
Well, today we were at Princeton Bowl in the Tri-County area, Jack. Then next week we go to Kingpin. Then we have the qualifier Del Fair next Saturday. We're on the move.
To set this match up, Jack, Steve elected to go first, therefore causing Jim to finish on the left lane.
Put the pressure on him.
Later in the match, we might see Jim have trouble with the left lane. In practice, he wasn't hitting the pocket real well.
There he goes again.
I don't think it's going to matter who finishes, really, to tell you the truth. Well, we got a lady in the hospital named Mary Jane Hurst is over in the Deaconess. She's one of her faithful watchers, too, Jack.
Speedy recovery to her.
I hope so.
Speedy recovery to my wife, Barb, my lovely wife, Barb, and daughter, Danielle. They're still battling this flu. Boy.
Jack, I had it, and it had its claws in me for about 2 weeks. I wanted to die.
They get into you, and they won't get out.
Yes, sir. That's right. Couldn't throw the ball very hard either.
Look at that picture of concentration. He's all business. Not quite enough.
No, sir. Gets back to the problem of dropping the thumb down, but you may have noticed that Steve has moved a little deeper on the left-hand lane.
He about 2 board, 3 boards
yes, sir.
deeper?
Yes, sir. He has made a move on the lane. For one reason or another, the left lane seems to be moving a little bit more, and the good bowlers are going to compensate, and Steve has done that, and I think we'll see him X quite a few more times. Cross lane, 4-7.
No doubt about that one.
Come on, Jim.
Well, Jim's going to get in the hunt, Jack. Now he's the time to start.
I see. What did he roll last week? He had quite a 256 in
right.
his debut. Coming a little soft on him there.
Yeah, he ain't throwing any zip, I'll say that.
No, he's not as zipping it as he was last week.
Talk about zipping. There's Don Wickersham down here, and he's got his assistant Lee Redder with him today for that golden Hudy pole.
I believe we're going to see Jim shoot cross lane on this. His ball should probably cross the 4th arrow. It did.
And look what happened.
But
now there's where I'm going to say something that maybe you can help me. And Sam, I always shot the 3rd arrow, and it makes no difference on the right side.
Well, the 4th arrow is generally the place to throw the ball, Jack. But as you notice, he hit the 4th arrow going straight. You should actually go across the 4th arrow with your ball heading to the right, shooting that spot.
I've always had so much success shooting the third arrow.
Unbelievable shot. He's compensated on the left lane much better than I expected he would. He executed a fantastic shot and paid the maximum penalty with a solid 7.
If Jim doesn't start getting some of those X's, Dave, his reign as king's going to come to an end very shortly. Here comes Mr. Automatic up there right now. You bowled with him so many times. He doctors up. What does he put on it? Rosin or what?
An hour beforehand, a lot of times when we're eating breakfast or something, we have to tolerate the smell of new skin. He coats the whole thumb with new skin and cotton. Not the entire thumb, but a good part of it. Coming high, leaving the 4. Still a good shot. But no, then when we get to the bowling lanes, Jack, he's constantly putting some talcum powder on the thumb in order to clear the ball quickly.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it's a lot of, Chuck Hacker came out with that rosin at one time, sort of a powdery substance, rosin. I thought maybe that's what Steve used.
Well, I've seen him at times after putting the new skin on, put powder on the back and rosin on the front.
Sam, what's the question again?
What's the question? Who's the queen of bowling last year?
All right.
And she went it back-to-back, 2 years in section. How about that?
Send those cards to Mystery Quiz, 1821 Summit Road, room 216, Cincinnati 45237. $50 gift certificate after the drawing next week from Carl's Bowlers Paddock in Carl Compton, somewhere in his vast throng.
He's got his assistant here. Rick Baker's here, too, and Stevie Fehr is one of his cohorts, too, you know.
There it is, and at the end of 4.5, it's Hudy refreshment time. We'll be right back.
The trouble with most beers is that they not only tell you to drink them, but they tell you when to drink them. At the end of a work day, at weekends, tonight. But Hudy has so much character and oomph. It's a 24-hour, 8-day-a-week beer. 7.
Beautiful coming at you, waiters on the way.
Now, this is my Hudy alarm clock, which I can set for any time I like. 3:27.5. Time for another Hudy. That's a rare top-quality beer, mein Liebchens. Hudy. I'm wearing this blindfold to prove once and for all that I can tell my wonderful Hudy from all these other bottles. Hudy!
Beautiful is coming at you, waiters on the way.
Can someone lead me to the carryout? That's a rare top-quality beer, mein Liebchens. Hudy.
Sports of all sorts, Cincinnati's all-new All Sports magazine.
We take you where the action is, whether it's right here on the college campus
or up close with the professionals as they make their moves and make big sports news.
Sports of all sorts is a new approach to everything and anything that's happening when it comes to sport.
Join Tim Melton, John Popovich, and Jack Moran for Sports of All Sorts, Sunday nights at 11:30 right here on Channel 9.
Yeah, we've had that little refreshment with Hudy. It makes us smile down there. Don, look at him down there, smiling from ear to ear like a Cheshire cat. Jim is not the Jim Massie of last week, Dave.
He's pushing right now. Jack, last week, I don't think being on TV intimidated him, but
no.
I think the name Steve Fehr might have intimidated him a little bit, and rightly so, because he is pushing quite a bit.
No, he's not the same man we saw last week. 256, and boy, he's struggling right now. The 61, Sam, is that what you
61 and a fifth, that's right.
I tell you, when you got the guy like Steve Fehr throwing 3 strikes, has Steve had a blow in the 2 matches? I don't think.
No, he
doesn't have opens. Look at this.
Same thing again.
It's a shame, but when it rains, it pours, as we said earlier in the match, and everything is happening to this young man.
Oh, with Stevie Fehr opens, you ain't allowed to have opens, I don't think. That's illegal procedure, I think.
Slide that 6-pin. Oh, give him a thrill, Jimmy.
No, too much.
Well, he is really fighting him right now. Dave, you've been, I know we all have been in these slumps like this. Well, you don't know what to do, do you?
You get to a point, Jack, when you just want to crawl away from the camera and put your equipment away and sneak out the door. But Jim's a good young man. He'll be around for a lot of years, and he'll learn to cope with the same situation next time.
Everything that has happened bad has happened right here. Let's see, he's blew the first, blew the third, he's split the fifth and split the sixth. He's had 2 marks and 6 frames.
It's true.
Massie. There's Mr. Machine up there right now, who hasn't had a blow in 2 matches, 2.5 matches.
Steve has a match well in
watch him blow the 10 pin. See what I mean?
Way to go, Jack. Don't you? If I get on this year, don't you ever say that.
I haven't seen it to fail that you talk about a guy who's just Mr. Automatic and hasn't had a blow, and kaboom.
I really think what we saw there is just a complete letdown. He knows he has the match well in hand.
He's got 40 pins up.
40, 115 to 70, 45 spread.
Yeah, 45 pins up, so that's 4.5 marks, Dave.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good lead with 4 frames to go. And he's right back on him again.
Really got him packed in here today, Jack.
Yes.
Yeah, we have Dick Metcalf and his wife here. Everybody and their brothers here today, I'll tell you.
Next week, the show emanates from Mount Washington, or in that area, it's Kingpin Mines.
What did we just say? A bad break, Jack.
He's just having bad breaks.
He got it all together. The young man got up there and threw an excellent shot and paid the penalty with a solid 9.
Really, you feel sorry for someone, and you know he's struggling. He is trying his doggonedest out there. Everything he's doing seems to be doing wrong. He's hitting the hole. He's not getting him. Qualifying next Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning, right?
In the morning, right, at Fehr. Charlie Goldfuss will see him over there.
And you'll see Davey Newrath out there banging away at him.
Oh, look at this. I don't believe it, Jack. 2 shots in a row. He's thrown excellent shots. 9 counts for both of them. Incredible.
I would say he's snake bit, I think.
He has to be. And last week he could do no wrong. It's your fault, Don. Don 10 breakdown there. He got that hex on him, the whammy on him.
I think it's a tribute to the young man, though, Jack. Even though he's out of the match, he knows the match is lost. He's gone up and executed 2 great shots, has gotten nary a strike to show for it. But yet he's still, he's kind of cool. He's not upset or nothing.
He's out there battling. He hasn't thrown his towel, hasn't thrown the bowling ball at us yet. And then he has this fellow right there that's pounding away, the 1-3 pocket.
Yeah, when you get a buzzsaw like Stevie Fehr, it ain't easy, I'll tell you.
Here we go.
Steve's buzzed through quite a few people in his day already, Sam.
Well, he's going to buzz through right now with a King title this week. Ninth frame, number 1 here. Turkey time.
Well executed shot there, Jack. He's not letting up like he did the other matches. I think he wants to finish with a nice total here, and if he takes it out, gives him what, Sam, 235?
235
for 700.
Thank goodness. Finally got a break. Don't forget this afternoon, get out to your favorite BPA lane, or tonight, or any time. See how much enjoyment there is at some open bowling. Who knows, you could become another Davey Newrath, Steve Fehr, Sam Coleman, Jim Massey.
And even if you don't, Jack, it's a lot of fun.
Isn't it, though? So much fun. Well, there's number 1 in the 10th, but we can say this for Jim. He made his first appearance last week, became a king. He's only 18 years of age. He had a 256 last week over Dave Callery. Boy, I say he's had so many bad breaks in this one, but he didn't give up. He hung in there.
Look at it.
Well, isn't that something? When it rains, it pours, no doubt about it. We'll say it time and time again. The kid had so much bad luck.
As you can see by the crowd response, everybody here likes him. He's well.
Such a likable kid.
Oh, he is. Well behaved and a good bowler. We'll see him around.
I feel sorry for somebody like that. He did everything. He tried so hard, and everything he did was wrong.
Incredible power again, Jack. That lane has really come up with some, what's that, 3 solid 9s now, I believe, isn't it?
Right.
Steve could not have thrown that ball any better. It's just another bad break, and he'll make his spare and strike out for,
what was it, about 214, Sam?
Right. Well, you know what the bowling model is for this year, Jack? Bowling is fun in 81.
Bowling is fun in 81. Very good.
He needed that strike for 700.
That's right.
I think it's fair to say he put
What will he get, about
put it where it belongs.
696 if he strikes?
696 with a striker.
4 pins shy of 700. And what did he shoot in qualifying with a 771? Is it 696, Steve? But here's your king right here. I think that's 694. The winner and new king is Steve Fehr. We'll be right back.
In the old country, they practice 51 hours a day. Does that build up a thirst? So I send them a few cases of Hudy. They say, this Hudy ist gemütlich Schlafspieler und der wunderbar Bierverflügel. Move over, Lawrence Welk. You've got company. That's a rare top-quality beer, mein Liebchens. Hudy.
When things happen Tri-Staters want to know about, count on Channel 9 News and Al Shuttlecotty being there, like inaugural week in Washington.
Steve Fehr, ladies. The winner and new king, Mr. Automatic himself, Steve Fehr, ladies and gentlemen. Now to make the presentation, the manager here at Princeton Bowl, Mr. Don Tenbrink. Don, it's all yours.
Thank you, Jack. First of all, Dick, nice shooting. Threw a good ball.
Thank you.
Dave, I don't know what to say. He had just about every ball in the pocket, but you know how they go. Nice shooting. Jim, you were a terror last week. You had all the bad breaks this week, that's for sure. Steve, just another one of your many, many checks and accomplishments. Great shooting. I'd like to congratulate you also on your being named bowler of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Before I forget, the drawing was made by our king, Steve Fehr, for the BPA King of the Year in 1980. It was Terry Ciccone. The drawing was made. Bill McMahon of Newport, Kentucky is the winner, and a $50 gift certificate from Tri-State Bowling Supply will go out to Mr. McMahon. Well, as we mentioned earlier, during the match, everything that could happen bad to an individual happened to young Jim Massie today. 256 last week. Jim, 18 years of age, you're going to be around for a long time to come. We'll be seeing you back again also. Rick, we know we'll see Davy Collery back again. And to you, Moneybags, you're just Mr. Automatic, and you deservedly so. Amateur bowler of the world, Steve Fehr. He deserves the honor.
Thank you, Jack. Very fortunate.
No, you earned it. Sam, as usual, an excellent job.
Thank you very much, Jack.
As for our genial host, Don.
Thank you.
And you, by golly, you've seen this fellow perform on the lanes. You'll be seeing him in time to come. But you did an excellent job with your commentary, and with that suit, you couldn't go wrong.
Jack, with this much talent to work with, it was enjoyable to do the show, fairly easy. The audience was great. The people at the channel, everything was great. I had a fantastic time.
Thank you, Davy. Davy Durath, wonderful crowd here at Princeton Bowl. Good afternoon from Princeton Bowl.
BPA King of Bowling has been brought to you by Hudy, the pride of the Cincinnati brewing tradition, and Hudy Delight, the full-flavored light brew from Hudy. Today's pre-recorded program was produced and directed by Tim Yelton. This has been a 9 Sports presentation.